brick. Okay, you cross the neck so crisp. But I'm trying to rob you, you catch a fist. For real. Get shot, then it is a switch. Okay, I really came back on my shit. My man's remote, my car.
Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk, back at it with another video. In today's video, this is the main event podcast where this will be the final podcast for the 2021 NFL season, where the Chicago Bears will be facing the Minnesota Vikings at US Bank Stadium this Sunday at 12 p.m. this Sunday afternoon, technically today. And then today, we're just going to be talking about a little bit about the matchup and how both teams, they've been pretty much eliminated from playoff contention at this point, and what both teams are going to be looking forward into the offseason. So first, we're going to be discussing the Minnesota Vikings. So the Minnesota Vikings last week lost to the Green Bay Packers with the score of 37-10. It was not a good game for the Minnesota Vikings. They were getting pummeled by the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers was still doing Aaron Rodgers things. He might win the MVP this season, but it still remains to be seen whether they can advance far into the playoffs, because we already know that Aaron Rodgers chokes in the playoffs. Even though he does exceptionally well during the regular season, we already know what he's about in the playoffs. But anyway, Kirk Cousins did not play on last Sunday, because he had COVID-19, and he's expected to play this Sunday. So, how should I say it? This game is going to be meaningless for both teams. Justin Jefferson was on Twitter talking about how he doesn't like all these Bears fans. They're talking all that crap, all that mess. And they just need to be quiet because he's going to show them something. And then you have Jalen Johnson. He's talking about how he wants to take on the challenge of covering Justin Jefferson, because Justin Jefferson has been one of the best wide receivers in the NFL so far. So far this season, Justin Jefferson has, I think, over 1,200 yards so far this season. And for his first two seasons, he's broke the Minnesota Vikings franchise record for having over 2,000 yards. I think 2,454 yards, who he broke the previous record of Randy Moss. So, like I said, like two teams, they're going to be playing for pretty much for bragging rights and for pride at this point. And I'm expecting both teams to be firing their head coach. You already know Mike Zimmer. He's already on the hot seat. He's possibly not gonna come back for the next season. He's been with the team since, I believe, 2014, and he has a pretty good record. But the past couple seasons, the Minnesota Vikings has been underperforming very badly, especially ever since they've gotten Kirk Cousins. Even though his numbers are good, I mean, he hasn't been getting the type of wins that they wanted to get. Now, as opposed to the Chicago Bears, there have been reports that Matt Nagy, of course, is going to get fired after this season. Boomer Esiason has reported it. Ian Rappaport has reported it, that after this game, Matt Nagy is going to be released after this season. And hopefully George McCaskey and the ownership, they are sticking to their word. They're sticking to their guns on firing Matt Nagy, because this rumor has been swirling all over the season ever since they've lost to the first time they've lost to the Minnesota Vikings. They've just been saying, oh, Matt Nagy's going to get fired, Matt Nagy's going to get fired. But it wasn't ever really confirmed or been reported until recently. But I don't know, guys. I mean, hopefully they do fire Matt Nagy. And they're also talking about how they also wanted to keep Ryan Pace in the organization. It remains to be seen whether he will hold that GM position, but at the same time, it remains to be seen what type of role Ryan Pace will hold in the organization. Some people are speculating that he might become president of operations, which I totally disagree, which I'm strongly against. They could make him a lesser role, like some type of advisor, like what the Chicago Bulls did with John Paxson. They made him a senior advisor because initially he was a general manager until um, until they fired Gar Forman. And after that whole fiasco during the 2020 uh, February All-Star, people were saying fire Garpax, fire Garpax. And it got the whole national media's attention that the ownership had to fire these two guys, well, specifically Gar Forman, and they had to reassign John Paxson a different role. This is what they need to do. George McCaskey, he needs to clean house, because you want to make sure that this head coaching job is very attractive. Now, I know I'm kind of deviating from the game. I really should be talking about the game, but I mean, what can I say, guys? I mean, this game is meaningless. Two teams are going to be playing a meaningless game. Of course, Andy Dalton, he's going to start. So, I mean, I guess he's playing for his whole entire contract for this season. And so there's not going to be much that's going to be going on. And of course, Justin Fields, he fell into the COVID-19 safety protocol, so he's not going to be playing. So it's like, I don't know, man. And so this is kind of like why I'm talking about this offseason, because I'm just really looking forward to this offseason. Anyways, but as I was talking to, back to the topic, George McCaskey, he needs to clean house. He needs to, at least, if you want to keep Ryan Pace within the organization, you're going to have to at least to reassign him a role or at some type of advisory role, and not put him in a position where he has to make critical decisions within the organization, pivotal, game-changing decisions within the organization that's going to affect it for many, 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 many years to come. I mean, look at Ryan Pace's track record. 7 seasons. He's been here since 2015. 7 seasons, only 1 winning season, 0 playoff wins. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. The fact that you were able to sign Mike Glennon to that 3 to 4 year deal, $45 million, $18 million guaranteed, that was horrible. You already saw why that game against the New York, I can't even talk right now. I'm sorry, guys. The New York Giants, when we faced the New York Giants, you saw how much of an indictment it was on Ryan Pace in that game, when we were able to get 4 interceptions and we were able to sack him 4 times, and Robert Quinn was able to break the sack record. I kind of expected him to break that sack record. But not only was it an indictment on Ryan Pace, it was also an indictment on the ownership that they want to keep him. That if they keep him in that general manager position, that shows you how incompetent and how bad the ownership is, how bad the front office is. Because George McCaskey, he needs to get somebody in there that understands football, that is able to dissect the type of talent that we need, the type of personnel that we need to make us a continual playoff contention team. Look at teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look at teams like the Baltimore Ravens, the top teams, top organizations, the Indianapolis Colts. Why do you guys think that these teams are consistently playoff teams? Because they have competent front office. They have the right front office to put not only the organization in position to succeed, but also the players, every player, every coach in position to succeed. I was even hearing a commentary on 670 of the Score, and I think it was Danny Parkins who interviewed one of the Rooney family, And the Rooney family, they go by the Rooney Rule. If you guys don't know what the Rooney Rule is, it was established by Art Rooney, one of the founding members of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And pretty much the Rooney Rule pretty much embodies what the Rooney family means, or what type of standards the Rooney family holds to this Pittsburgh organization. They instill a winning culture. They instill integrity, putting your players in position to succeed, all that. And the way that they do it is that they are able to get at least 37 to 50 candidates, and they interview each one. They interview each candidate, and what they do, they try to evaluate each candidate and to make sure that they are the right person for the job. And they do it so thoroughly. They have a bunch of people. They do it thoroughly. They have a couple people, and they do it so thoroughly. They try to make sure that whoever is the right candidate for the job, that's going to be the person that's going to lead their organization. And look at where they're at. Look at where they've been at for the past, 50 plus years. They've had 3 head coaches, Chuck Noll, Mike Tomlin, and who's that other coach? Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a sec. Who's their other head coach? Bill Cowher. Those 3 head coaches. 2 of them already in the Hall of Fame. Mike Tomlin, most likely going to be in the Hall of Fame. Mike Tomlin, ever since his tenure with the Pittsburgh Steelers, has never had a losing season. He's been with the team since 2007, 2008, for 14, 15 years, and never had a losing season. Because look at what the Rooney family does. They've established a culture. They've established a specific culture for the team. They've established a written rule where they're able to vet out all the candidates to find the right one, to find the right specific one that instill the same values that they have. And this is what the Bears used to do. George Halas used to do that. That's how he was able to hire Mike Ditka. Even though Mike Ditka's not in the Hall of Fame, he's still immortalized in Chicago for bringing the Super Bowl to Chicago. And that's what the Bears need to do. That's what George Halas needs to do. He needs to establish a proper culture, to establish the right personnel, get the right people to come into this organization and to change it around. You need a fresh new start. And the fact that you're going to be bringing back Ryan Pace to the general manager position, or even the president of football operations, it just goes to show you that no head coach is just going to come out here and just say, oh, I want to be a Chicago Bears head coach. And then seeing Ryan Pace for all his track record that he's done in the past, the fact that he was able to trade up 3 picks to get Mitchell Trubisky. Like I said, the fact that he was able to get Mike Glennon to that stupid 4 or 5 year deal. The fact that he was able to trade for Nick Foles, a 4th round pick, a 4th round compensatory pick. I can't even talk right now. Compensatory pick to get Nick Foles. The fact that you're able to get Andy Dalton on a 1-year, $10 million deal, and that you're not able to keep Kyle Fuller. You're able to cut Kyle Fuller when you could have just brought Mitchell Trubisky back and then drafted Justin Fields. And not only that, you could have kept Kyle Fuller on at least a 1-year deal. And the fact that you're not able to get Allen Robinson the deal that he wanted, it just shows you that's an indictment on the head coach, on the general manager. Now, granted, yes, Ryan Pace also made some great moves. He was able to trade up to get Justin Fields. That was good. The fact that he was able to make a trade to get Khalil Mack, that helped. The fact that he was able to find lots of gems in the draft to get Darnell Mooney, to get Bilal Nichols, to get Eddie Goldman, to get Eddie Jackson, even though he's been playing subpar. At least the first 3 or 4 seasons in Eddie Jackson's career, he's had a crazy historic season. But at the same time, that's what a lot of general managers do. They make some good picks and they also made some bad picks. But at the end of the day, the NFL is a results-driven based league. The NFL is a what have you done for me lately type of league. And Ryan Pace's track record hasn't proven anything to deserve a worthy spot of him being a president of football operation and even a general manager. It doesn't deserve it, you know. Hold on, guys. Man. It doesn't deserve it, you know. He's not worthy of that, you know. And we've seen it time and time again. Where Ryan Pace, he has something in his back pocket, or if he sees something nice, he's going to do whatever he can to get it. And more times than likely, it's going to backfire. It's definitely going to backfire. And so, George McCaskey, you have a decision to make by, what's today? Today's Sunday. I know it's 2:39 a.m. It's pretty late Sunday. So he has until tomorrow. To make a decision on whether we should keep Ryan Pace in the general management position. Now we know he's going to get rid of Matt Nagy. It's already inevitable. Matt Nagy is already gone. At this point. But that's only just getting rid of the symptom. We need to cut the cancer out. We can't just get rid of the symptom. We need to address the problem, and the problem is the front office. Ted Phillips, being in the organization for 20 plus years, since 1999. 7 playoff appearances, only 3 playoff wins, 1 Super Bowl appearance. That's unacceptable. He doesn't need to be a president of football operations. He needs to be an accountant. He just needs to stay an accountant, where he just needs to focus on figuring out whether we should move the stadium to Arlington Heights, figuring out the financial side of the business of the Chicago Bears. But we need to bring in somebody who's a football mind, somebody who knows football, somebody who understands it, more times likely or not, has already played in the NFL, who understands the type of talent the type of eye for talent that they need for this organization. That's what the Chicago Bears need. But, guys, I know I'm about to go over 20 minutes. I'm going to try to go probably until maybe 25 minutes. 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. But the Bears, they're going to have a big decision to make this upcoming Monday, because this could be a make or break season, or make or break. This could be a game-changing, pivotal, monumental change for this organization, whether they want to go into the right direction or they want to just stay mediocre. Are you willing to make the right decision? Are you willing to make a sound decision for this organization to make sure that it's going in the right direction and it's not going 2 steps forward and then 5 steps back, 3 steps forward, 6 steps back? You want to make sure it's going 7 steps forward and just straight that direction. That's what you want to do for this organization. That's what winning organizations does. They find the right personnel to lead this organization to where it needs to be, to being consistent contenders each and every year. Each and every year. Getting the right, first of all, getting the right quarterback. First and foremost, getting the right quarterback in place. Because we already know, number one, the most important position in football is the quarterback. And the fact that Ryan Pace missed out on, I know it's kind of been redundant, but I'm going to say it either way, Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. I get it with Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was a project. But the fact that you're able to skip on Deshaun Watson was just so bad. It was just so bad. The fact that you're able to trade up 3 draft picks just to get Mitchell Trubisky, when at the most you could have just got him at 3. Now, I get it. Everybody was saying, even in the media, if you go back to the 2017 NFL draft, everybody was saying Mitchell Trubisky, he's got more upside than Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. But with me, I did not think that. Hey, what up, Bullet Jake? How you doing, man? How you doing, man? It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you, man. I'm good, man. But like I said, everybody, like during the 2017 draft, they're saying, man, Mitchell Trubisky, he has so much upside. He has so much upside than Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. And the fact that, how should I say it? The fact that Ryan Pace was not even able to interview Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes is an indictment on him. So much, it's an indictment on him. And I don't even see the need to keep him. I mean, I don't see the need to keep him. I would have fired him and Matt Nagy last year because Mitchell Trubisky was the reason that they kept their job, was the reason why Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace kept their job, and that they were able to get another shot at getting another quarterback, which is Justin Fields. And I pray to God he becomes a superstar because he definitely has the intangibles to do that. But besides that, even though a lot of the media during that 2017 NFL draft were saying that Mitchell Trubisky is going to have enough upside, I still thought that the Bears needed to draft Deshaun Watson because we were already trying to move away from Jay Cutler after that 2016 season because he was dealing with so much injury. He was already up on with this contract. We needed to get rid of Jay Cutler. And, of course, we needed a capable quarterback. We needed a quarterback. And I thought Deshaun Watson was going to be the right guy for this organization. No matter what all the naysayers said, all the people were saying, oh, Trubisky, he has all the upside. He's very accurate. He doesn't turn the ball over, which is true. He does not turn the ball over. And even to this point, Mitchell Trubisky has never had a pick six ever in his NFL career. I still thought that Deshaun Watson, I saw the intangibles. I saw that national college football playoff against Alabama, the top powerhouse. I saw how he went up against Alabama in front of the bright lights, the brightest stage. I saw the pressure that was on Deshaun Watson. I knew that guy was going to be a franchise quarterback. I knew he had the intangibles to be a franchise quarterback. But no, we didn't want to get him. And the fact that we didn't even want to interview him, we didn't even want to evaluate him. But like I said, all I got to say is this. The Bears ownership. I'm looking at you, Virginia. I'm looking at you, George McCaskey. I'm looking at you too. Because you have a decision to make. Whether it be up until Monday and hell, even after the NFL season. You're going to have a pivotal decision to make. And whatever decision you're going to make, it's either going to elevate your team to the next level, elevate the Chicago Bears to being perennial playoff contenders, hell, even Super Bowl contenders, or they're just going to be staying in mediocrity, being the same Bears that they've been the past 30 plus years, not knowing where to go, scratching our head, oh, why me? What did we do wrong? You're going to keep repeating the same mistake over and over again while you're seeing your divisional rivals like the Detroit Lions, who are making strides right now, the Minnesota Vikings, and then the Green Bay Packers making strides. And you're going to be sitting down on your lap, shaking your head, why me? You're going to have that decision to make this upcoming Monday. And whatever decisions you're going to make is going to change the tide for this organization. But anyway, guys, this is your boy Kofi with the Main Event Podcast. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen this upcoming offseason. So you guys, your voice must be heard, Kofi. Oh, man. Well, we'll see, Jake, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. But anyway, guys, this is your boy, Kofi, with KO Sports Talk. Back at it with another video. And, yeah, guys, I'm out.